Hey, welcome back. My name is Matthew, and we are playing the Curious Expedition, the Arctic Expanse patch. And we're playing on certain death, so expect to die. Now, we've made it to our third expedition, you can see here, 3 out of 6. And we've got the Forgotten Arctic to explore. Looks like there's a golden pyramid. I have no idea what those other symbols are, although I assume that the first two are probably places where we can trade with people, maybe Arctic outposts. The two blue temple-looking things, I have no idea what those are supposed to be. We'll just ignore my NVIDIA GeForce update. Thank you. Alright. Then we got some igloos, which must be the natives of the region. Alright. I mean, I know we've got all these other options, but this is our first playthrough, and I want to go to the Arctic. After rising at the break of dawn, I hurried to the harbor. We had a little time before the ship would be ready, so I took some pleasure in visaging my name in the newspapers. Soon after my arrival, the hunter approached me. He was eager to see the evidence of Snarfrattle's death. Ah yes, last time, we killed Snarfrattle, we skinned him alive, we took his pelt back, and we held on to his pelt instead of trading it for fame or money. So, let's hand it over. We handed over Snarfrattle's pelt. The hunter nodded quietly, and I saw a faint sign of sadness crossing his weathered face. Give me my reward. 120 funds. It's not bad. I was handed the handsome sum of funds as a reward for our efforts. A collector of sorts approached me with a request. He asked us to obtain a precious idol that could be found in a native settlement in the area of our upcoming expedition. He promised to reward us handsomely upon its delivery. Okay, so I happen to know that stealing the idol from the natives is going to make them really angry with us. However, that might be worthwhile. I mean, then again, we don't really need the money. We're going to refuse this, because if we can't complete this, it's going to hurt our fame significantly. So we shall refuse this quest. I ignored his plea. I would not permit our expedition to be sidetracked. This expedition could potentially lift me into first place amidst my peers. My reputation preceded me, attracting a few enterprising folk to my cause. Who shall we recruit? Let's see, a cook. I don't expect there's going to be much meat in the Arctic, so cooking the meat might not be the best for us. A cultist, who happens to be a kleptomaniac. Oh, but he is a cocoa expert. I don't know. I don't think we really need a cultist either. Who do we have right now? We have Wicco, Tostadat. Oh, he's so sad. He's also claustrophobic, but otherwise he's pretty good. He's got stealth and good reputation. Pretty solid. We've got ourselves, Raold Amundson. We've so far got Impetus, which is fantastic. Desert Explorer, which, you know, not going to help us right now, but Arctic Explorer. This is fantastic. Vixie, who has been, you know, I mean, Vixie's been Vixie. It's level 3 now, so that's good. And Jihan Nahas, who lost her wedding ring. I'm so sorry, we couldn't find it. Vixie was an asshole, but what can you do? He is our highest ranked member, aside from myself. So, no, we're not going to recruit anyone. Goodbye. At long last, the ship was primed to leave the harbor. We will absolutely purchase some equipment. Oh, can we improve our dog? We can. We can make our dog actually carry things. Alright, if we have funds left over, then maybe we'll do that. Alright, purchase equipment. Let's see, snowshoes. We sold those last time because we weren't going to the Arctic, but now that we are going to the Arctic, it could be useful. A telescope. Extra map point chance. That's 30%. I don't know what that means. Extra map point chance. Maybe we buy it just to... Well, we don't have much inventory space, so... Can we get rid of the water? No. Some bullets for combat could be nice. Climbing gear is probably going to be useful in the Arctic. You know, glaciers and all that. I don't think we're going to need machetes. But let's take all of their snowshoes. I think we could use an extra first aid kit, since we already got some, and they stack. We're going to buy all the whiskey. That's right, all the whiskey. And we're going to take one bullet just in case we need it. Okay, sounds fair. We'll still have some money left over. So we can do some animal improvement. Dana, you're going to carry some boxes. Alright, within an hour, her pack saddle was enhanced and allowed us to transport an additional crate. The builder told me I was her favorite customer and offered additional improvements if I was willing to spend the coin. Let's just see what the next improvement would have cost us. We don't even get to see what the cost would be. Alright, maybe another time. Time to set sail. And we have landed in the Arctic. After barely surviving one of the most monstrous thunderstorms I've ever witnessed on a ship, one of the crew called Land Ahoy. We had arrived, and it was time to sally forth. Okay, I don't know if we need water or not, so we're going to bring some water. We'll throw this water out, we don't need that much. Do we have anything in storage? We do not. We're definitely keeping our Arctic tickets. Alright, we shall begin the expedition. Oof, already we're going to use up our snowshoes. We didn't get any climbing gear, which was perhaps a mistake. We're in the bottom corner, it looks like, of a rather large map. But we've got an outpost here, polar station, and a polar station here. So I guess we're going to head to this polar station first, then that one, and hope we find what we need. Step 1. Get closer. What is this? Crystal Forest. Okay, so we can get there with 20 sanity, there with 33, there for 29, so I think we'll skip that one for now. Let's find out what we got over here. Ooh, a mammoth graveyard. Let's explore that. Under a light cover of snow, I found their awesome tusks and bones. This was a graveyard for the woolly elephants of ancient times, the mammoths. Did these animals come here to die? Of course we're going to search the area. It was certain there were riches to be found here. We formed small teams and scoured the place. Loot. Of course we'll take the elephant tusk. Well, the mammoth tusk. It's worth quite a bit of money and a little bit of fame. I was hoping for more here, but I guess that'll have to do. Can we drop the water? There we go. Now we can go to there for 20 or there for 38. Of course we're going to the polar station. We got our tickets. Such a big station must have been operated by a large group, but I was greeted only by the Ashen Man. For some queer reason, he asked me about tickets. We walked past a room filled with blankets. An arm was sticking out of one of them. It was badly burned. I wondered whatever happened to him, but maybe it was best not to ask. So, are they cannibals? Or was there a horrible accident? A fire in the Arctic? I don't know, but we can use one of our tickets to rest. Or we can use a dog sled. I don't know what that'll do for us. Trading sounds to be in order, though. We've already used all of our snowshoes. We're actually going to buy up their snowshoes. Ooh. They sell tickets. I see, I see. Well, we're not going to buy any. We got 10. I think we can probably... Okay, water's worth. Let's do them. Bullets. Medicine. Food. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's too much of value. We might just trade our mammoth tusk in. Alright, this seems reasonable. Can we get a ticket? No. Alright, I don't think we're going to need anything else. And it's all worth just a little bit too much for us, so I think we're fine just buying the snowshoes. Deal. Now, I don't know what the dog sled is for, so let's find out. The pale man returned to the question of tickets. Apparently these tickets will buy me passage with his sled. How did he print these tickets? He offered me to travel to the following locations. Station B34. Okay, that's very cool. Disappointed, the man clicked with his tongue, a most disconcerting sound. He quickly composed himself again, and insisted I should reconsider buying many tickets from him. His left eye was twitching all the while. Well, I think we can rest here. Sleeping here was such a fortunate break from roughing it in the snow. When I went to sleep, he barred the door. Oh. I heard the pale man scream in tongues. In the morning, the man was cordial and prepared breakfast. Okay. I think we're going to spend one more day here to get our sanity all the way up. Sleeping here was such a fortunate break. Yeah. Oh, out of the corner of my eye, I saw some thing scurry away in the shadows. Huh. In the morning, the man looked as if he had aged by 10 years. It's a little bit disconcerting. Maybe he's just a different fellow. Alright, well, time for us to continue our trek. But which way? Do we need to... I mean, this looks pretty impassable. Maybe we need to take the dog sled? Or we can just rough it out this way and see what happens. Alright, let's do it. What's over here? Crystal forests? Crevasses? Oh, there's something up here. It's going to take most of our sanity to get there, but let's do it. I want to know what this is. Oh, hello. Healing Springs. Some Arctic wolves out there. They look a little bit dangerous. It's definitely something to explore down there. And oh, my experience with Healing Springs is that they're great places to rest. Do we want to level any of these guys up? We'll get Stealth or Desert Expert. Alright, we don't need any desert expertise right now. Wikotosad. We could probably use the Stealth if we don't want to fight too much. But it doesn't really do too much. Oh, it'll increase our dice for combat. That could be pretty useful. Alright, we're going to give you a promotion. Looks like we did not improve our dice pool. Maybe that happens at 3 stars. Let's explore the springs. We reached natural hot water springs. The water had a strong coloring. Its healing capabilities were more than obvious. Let's rest overnight. I instructed the trek to halt to catch our breath. The night was bleak, and everyone was seemingly worn out as we sat and stared into the fire. Our people were becoming overwrought, and a discussion between Vixie and Jihan escalated into a heated argument. A moment later, the pair were violently rolling on the floor and trying to strangle each other with grave intentions. Well, who do we arrest? Jihan or Vixie? Well, I mean, we gotta side with Jihan. We're gonna arrest Vixie. He's the asshole here. All she did was lose a ring, and Vixie's probably poking fun of her for it. Okay, we failed to arrest Vixie. Our attempt to overpower Vixie was poorly judged. She slipped away, screamed angrily at us, and fled into the wilderness. Good riddance, Vixie. Can't believe we trusted you. Well, now we are down a member. That was pretty unfortunate. Days went by pleasantly. The water sparkled in the sunlight as we prepared to leave. Bathing in the hot springs had astoundingly healed our wounds. Although it had cost us a party member. Let's go kill an Arctic wolf. And then we'll try and get to that crystal. Actually, maybe we'll just go straight for the crystal. It looks like the wolves have aggroed on us. So we're going to have to fight them when they get close. Let's explore the cave. We located a cave. The rocky maw led into darkness of unknown depths. We required a torch. Nah, we're going to explore. 50-50 chance. We got it. I instructed everyone to form a line and prepare for the darkness. I lost all sense of time and space as we descended into the cave. Fate smiled upon us as we marched through the dark tunnel with little toil. Eventually, our eyesight adjusted to the darkness. We arrived at a cave section. The walls were decorated with perfectly preserved prehistoric paintings that depicted a route to an isolated region many miles away. We endeavored to document them all for later research. Okay, we've discovered a new world. And it looks like we are going to have to fight the wolf.